finished the movie.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It's amazing. Yes, okay. Before we talk about Photocopier, let's talk about Busan International Film Festival. It is about to start soon, and the good news is, or the great news is, for the Indonesian film industry, Penyalin Cahaya or Photocopier is set to premiere and also compete at the prestigious event.
That's right, and the film will compete for the New Currents Audience, Netpac, and Fipresci Awards at the festival. And director Wregas Bhanuteja previously won an award at the 2016 Cannes Film Festival for his short film Perenjak, becoming the first Indonesian to do so, by the way.
Yes, Photocopier is his feature-length film, and we are definitely looking forward to watching it in the big screen. And we're so happy that today we are joined by Wregas Bhanuteja himself and also the cast members. There's Lutesha and also Dea Panendra to talk about this upcoming film. Good morning, Wregas, Dea, and Lutesha. How are you?
Morning. Oh, we
Morning.
Yeah.
Great.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. First of all, congratulations on getting this movie to compete in the main competition in the Busan International Film Festival. How do you feel, Wregas?
Thank you. I feel so great because it's our first feature film together, and especially it's my first feature film. And I'm very happy to have the world premiere in Busan Film Festival and have in the competition program, because I think we can spread the statement and the argument from the film to the wider audience, especially international audience.
Wregas, I myself am into sports, and whenever I'm competing, I tend to size up the competition around me. I'm pretty sure you may have done the same as well, now knowing that you are competing against other films. Which one is your potentially biggest rival in this award category?
Yeah, I think in this section, in the New Currents program, there are 11 films, including
Wow.
Photocopier, and I heard a lot of great films there. Especially there is one film from Bong Joon-ho's assistant director. It's his first feature film.
Wow.
He's from Japan. And also there's a film from Vietnam that have a co-production with Germany with a big production value. So I don't know. I don't know who is the strongest, but I think the competition is not the most important part. I think the most important part is to share what is our statement and what is our concern.
Yes,
Well said.
I agree. So maybe this is for Wregas and Dea and also Lutesha. We would like to get an idea of what kind of story you're trying to tell from this movie, Photocopier or Penyalin Cahaya. So maybe from you first, Wregas. What is this story about?
Yeah, the story is about a sexual harassment victim in a university, and she lost her scholarship because her drunk selfie during the party was spread online, circulated online without her consent, and she tries to discover the truth about the party by seeking help for her childhood friend Amin, a photocopier worker who works and lives in a university. Together at the photocopy shop, they are trying to discover the truth about the selfies by stealing the data from the students' phone. Yeah.
So maybe,
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes?
Go ahead, continue.
Yes, Wregas?
Yeah, so I think the main issue that we brought is about sexual violence, and we are really concerned about bringing this issue because I think it's an emergency issue that we have to talk about in Indonesia.
Yeah.
A lot of sexual harassment or sexual violence victim didn't get justice about what they get.
Yes, that's correct. Well, this is a very important film indeed.
Yeah. Before we elaborate further on that, I want to ask, which one of you played the one with the leaked selfie?
She's not here.
Neither of you. Okay.
No,
So this
no.
question would have been directed towards that. So perhaps I can ask either of you, how important do you think it is to make, although this is a film for entertainment purposes, but how do you feel about the importance of a film like this in playing a role into making people more aware of these sexual harassment situations that have been popping up everywhere around the world, but here in
Yes.
Indonesia as well, especially as women.
This is for Lutesha and Dea
Yes.
Panendra. Yeah, maybe Dea first and then Lutesha.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
So, yeah, I guess to me especially, I can help actually. I mean, I'm a storyteller, I'm an actor, so I could help tell this story, and hopefully this song could be heard. And especially in this movie, I personally think that a lot of point of view that we can see and finally make yourself like educate yourself to know and to understanding the position of the victim itself. So yeah.
Lutesha?
Yeah, I agree. So this film is very important to raise awareness of sexual harassment, and actually it's very rare for Indonesian films to raise this theme. And yes, I hope that Photocopier can carry the voices of the survivors who are still struggling until now. And with this film being seen by so many people, I really hope that there will be a significant impact, not only getting achievement from the movie industry, but also a real impact in real life.
That's
Could argue that's
fantastic.
even the more important part of it.
It is. So, Lutesha and Dea, could you please tell us what your characters, who your characters are? Who are you playing? And yeah, what is their journey? You know, each character has their own journey, right? So, could you please tell us a little bit about that, starting from Dea?
Okay, I play as Anggun. She's one of the Suryani senior, which is the lead character in this movie, senior. And she's very creative. She's very dominant, and what I love about her, she has this spirit that actually I really adore so much as a young woman who always striving her dreams, and it's like caretaker for her society, but she doesn't scare of being seen vulnerable. So I don't know, she's like a solid character that I adore actually.
That's great. I was going to ask her about like what do you love about the characters. So you already answered that. What about you, Lutesha? Who is your character?
I played a character named Farah. She's a college student, and you could say that she's mysterious, cold, a loner, and seems unapproachable. And her presence is actually a big question to the main character, which is Sur.
The characters, then, the storyline is so relatable because it's something that we hear about, you know, all the time. You know, somebody's photos getting leaked or people going viral for all the wrong reasons. Was there any challenges for you guys playing these characters, considering these characters actually describe some people that you've either heard of or even some people you may have known?
From there first, I guess.
Oh yeah. For me, sometimes when I see Anggun, she could be a representative of another audience, you know, like when you encounter this topic and then you don't know what to do. I mean, she could be that represent that point of view. So I hope the audience also could see that and maybe do something that what she will do in this movie to help this survivor or this victim.
She plays the friend then of the victim in this particular incident.
And I really love the fact that movies like this are getting more and more mainstream. Another film that is actually produced in the US is Promising Young Woman. So this is going to be, right? Photocopier is going to be a great addition to that sort of that particular case happening in Asia, particularly in Indonesia, because we need to start talking about this issue.
And it's so much more taboo here as well in a lot of these cases.
Which
That's
it
why
shouldn't, right? It's like, which it shouldn't. That's why a lot of the victims actually they don't get proper help. It's because people are so hush-hush about it, saying that it's aib. What do you call aib?
I'm not sure.
It's like, see, we don't even have the word in English, right? It's like, no, it's not aib.
Yes.
Anyway, so Regas, this is your first feature-length film. right? Previously, you managed to be so successful with all of your short films. What was the experience like making feature length? What were the challenges? What did you love about the process? What were challenging about the process?
Yeah, it's very, very challenging because I think it's a very different animal if you compare it to a short film. You have long length of the film and the dramaturgy is very, very different with short film. You begin with introduction and then conflict and then key turning point, etc., etc. And also the shooting process is also 20 days. Usually when I made a short film, it's about 3 days or 4 days, so the energy is also raised for the feature film. And the most challenge, I think, we did the shooting process in the middle of the pandemic. So the protocols and also the tests, and we always use the mask and we did the social distancing. It's very, very challenging because we have to compromise some aesthetic part or some scenes in order to obey the rules and the protocols. For example, if we have to done the shooting usually at 11 in the night, now we have to done the shooting at 8 p.m. in the night. So there are some parts that we have to compromise.
I want to go to Lutesha. Being in the front of the camera and having done this before in the past, what was it like for you this time around? You've had to obey protocols as well, but obviously right when you're shooting, and I'm sure you can relate to this as well, you have to remove your mask. What was that like for you, that experience? Was it very distracting in regards to the job that actually had to be done on the spot?
Yeah, it's actually a little bit of challenging because for me, shooting a film in the middle of pandemic is really challenging because we have to feel secure in the shooting environment.
Right.
Because making a movie is all about teamwork, right? It involved a lot of people. So I think it's important to feel secure. And for the obstacle, I think it happens because we have to wear masks and it's really difficult to hear our co-actors and we need to turn up our voice, our volume, and it's really hard to apply social distancing when we were working, because there are a certain scene that we need to get close and it's really hard actually.
You get all paranoid.
Exactly. What was your experience like, Dea? Did you experience a similar experience to Lutesha? And how did you work this new protocol as an actor? Because I imagine when you are actually getting into your character, I mean, this does not include. This is not in the equation.
Have to do the take, then you have to.
Exactly. It's like, tricky. How can you manage to stay in your character, but at the same time, okay, I'm just going to take my mask off now and be in character.
Yeah. Hold this.
Yeah. Dea?
Oh yeah. So actually, Aga helps us a lot. Regas, we have this idea that practicing together, especially to emphasize our pronunciation, because that's very important for us as an actor, especially wearing a mask. We really need to emphasize every word, so that our colleague could hear what we say, So it's a bit challenging, but because we did it together, 6 of us together, so it's just easier, but then it feels like it's fun. I mean, it's fun, but yeah, it's challenging.
And Dea is the teacher.
Oh, really?
She's the one that teaches. She teaches about.
How do you mean, Lutesha?
I have the basic as a singer, just do some vocal exercising.
Oh yes, because you sing as well, right, Dea?
Yes.
That's why.
Yes.
Makes sense. Good to have her on the set. What an asset. One last question before we have to let you guys go, but I'll direct this one at Wregas. Your films often heavily feature elements of the Javanese culture. Is this also the case for Photocopier? Because we do know it's a more modern setting.
Yeah. No, it's different. All of my short film based on Japanese culture and Japanese language because I felt a connectivity and closeness with Japanese culture. But I think we use Jakarta as the main setting in this film because we want to get a more universal sense, especially for Indonesian audience that use Indonesian language as the national language. So
Right.
I think in order to say these arguments and statements, I need to show it from the center of the Indonesia, which is the capital,
Yes.
Jakarta. So I use the Jakartan culture actually, which is
Wow.
mixed culture from many
Sure.
many Indonesian
Yeah, that's great.
region. Yeah.
Yeah. So when do you think we can see this film in Indonesia? Because I'm very
I
keen.
hope soon because I heard that the cinema will open on 14 September, but I don't know. Let's see the progress of this pandemic. But I guess if the cinema will not getting better, I guess OTT will be the option.
Okay, so you're not
Yeah.
you're not too purious about like, oh, it has to be the big screen. Of course, if it's on the big screen, it's fantastic because
Right.
we all love that experience.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
you know, it's like at the same
It is
time,
what it is, and we
the-
have to accept the reality. You're not going to push it back any further, right?
Exactly.
Catch that momentum, ride it out. And congratulations once again to all of you for this amazing accomplishment. We are very proud and obviously cannot wait to watch it as well.
Yes, indeed. When you fly, stay safe, Wregas. You
Yes.
will be flying
Thank
to
you.
South Korea very soon to attend the film festival with one of your cast members. Stay healthy as well to Dea and also Lutesha. Congratulations once more. I'll see you some other time. Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
Take care, guys.
Have a
Bye.
great day.
Thank you.
Thanks for